Hey everyone, and welcome to Bite Size Tactics. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Land Raider Crusader and how it interacts on the tabletop. The Land Raider Crusader has a 12-inch movement, a toughness of 12, a 2 plus armor save, 16 wounds for the model, a 6 plus leadership, and OC 5, and it currently costs 230 points. The Land Raider Crusader has quite a few keywords that you need to understand before deciding whether to use the model or not. Starting with the vehicle keyword, which could be important for stratagems and abilities throughout the game. Next, we have the transport keyword. Now, this is important for stratagems and detachments, as well as knowing to look for the transport capacity of the model and what units can be inside of it. The Land Raider Crusader also has the smoke keyword, which is important if you want to use the pop smoke stratagem, and also the grenades keyword, which allows you to use the grenade stratagem. Next, we have some abilities. So the first one is Deadly Demise D6, and the second one is the inbuilt ability Assault Ramp. So this allows you to disembark a unit and then declare a charge with that unit as long as the Land Raider Crusader has only made a normal move. If you have advanced it, you won't be able to charge. For weapons, the Land Raider Crusader is equipped with 2 Hurricane Bolters. This has the Rapid Fire 6 and Twin Linked abilities. So with 6 attacks at Strength 4, 0 AP and Damage 1, this can do quite a lot of work against some infantry units, especially if you are within that rapid fire range. Also equipped is the Twin Assault Cannons. Now this has the Devastating Wounds and Twin Linked abilities, but it's still really only reliable against infantry and some mounted units. However, being able to reroll for Devastating Wounds with the Twin Linked ability is quite strong, but still, with only 6 attacks at Strength 6, 0 AP and Damage 1, it really is tailored towards infantry units, and possibly punching up to mounted units. Finally, for close combat, the Land Raider Crusader has Armored Tracks. This isn't a great combat weapon by any means, but it does have 6 attacks at Strength 8, 0 AP and 1 damage, so you might squish a few really low toughness enemy models. There are quite a few weapons that can be added to the Land Raider Crusader to make it a bit more deadly. First of all, we'll look at the Hunter Killer Missile. This is a one-shot only for the battle, at Strength 14, minus 3 AP and D6 damage. This is just a little bit of a extra bonus damage towards maybe a high toughness enemy model that you want to start bringing down to its degraded status, or perhaps even getting rid of it completely if it has been wounded by other units. You can then add a weapon that has a little bit more reliability in it, being the Multi-Melter. This has the Melter 2 ability at Strength 9, minus 4 AP and D6 damage. This can be great against all types of vehicles and monsters, especially if you have a stratagem to get plus 1 to wound. And that minus 4 AP and D6 damage, you can get rid of some really high toughness enemy models here. Finally, there is the Storm Bolter that can be added to the Land Raider Crusader. This has the Rapid Fire 2 ability, but this weapon is just for some more extra attacks into those infantry units. And to be honest, that's what the Land Raider Crusader is better at killing off, just those small mission plane units that your opponent has running around the table doing secondary objectives with. The Land Raider Crusader is quite a large model, so it can be easily move blocked, and you might struggle to move it across the tabletop depending on how the terrain is set up. And if it is player-placed terrain, it could be quite difficult to maneuver through those terrain pieces if you haven't set them up where you need to, so you must be aware of how your opponent and you are setting up those terrain features. This model will still struggle against high toughness units, however, especially in combat, as there isn't a lot of threat from the Land Raider Crusader and you don't want it to be tied up in combat and stopping you from transporting your units where they need to be. If you do leave the Land Raider Crusader out in the open, you will get targeted with some high AP, high damage weapons, and this can strip your armor save quite quickly as well as your wound. You also need to be careful of any mortal and devastating wounds that your opponent can give you, as you will not get a feel no pain against this or any other armor save. And you also need to be careful of anti-vehicle weapons, especially if they do have devastating wounds attached to that weapon as well, as that could almost guarantee that you will lose the vehicle. Finally, for the weaknesses, if the Land Raider Crusader has 5 or less wounds remaining, it then becomes degraded. The biggest strength of the Land Raider Crusader is that it has a lot of transport capacity that can really help you set up a fortified objective straight away in your turn 1, and it is also quite good at killing infantry units before disembarking the units inside and then taking that objective to reinforce, or before just pushing off and charging whatever may remain of that infantry unit. And because the Land Raider Crusader has a great amount of movement at 12 inches, it really does allow the units inside to have a bigger threat range when declaring a charge. And the inbuilt durability in the profile is nothing to be laughed at. At toughness 12, 16 wounds, and a 2 plus armor save, it will take quite a lot of weapons to get through the Land Raider Crusader. Finally, I do think it's great in all chapters and detachments as well, and any infantry unit can embark in the Land Raider Crusader, which is another great strength for the model. The Land Raider Crusader has a transport capacity of 16 regular infantry models. However, every Jump Pack, Wolfen, Gravis, or Terminator model will take up 2 spaces, while the Centurions will take up to 3 spaces. And having a transport capacity of 16 means that you can move multiple squads, or perhaps even a large Gravis unit, quite easily in this transport. The Land Raider Crusader's objective is very simple. It wants to get up the board and set up that fortified objective for you, as you can have many different kinds of units inside, and you can have multiple in it at one time with its large transport capacity. And because it is quite durable, it can definitely take a beating and then keep going to then offload those troops very quickly and capture that objective. And this could be even more important if you're playing the Anvil Siege Force detachment, because you would then get heavy on those units on your following turn. And it sets up your fortified objective for you so that you can just keep playing the mission and possibly scoring points with the Land Raider Crusader after it's offloaded those infantry units. I think the Land Raider Crusader is a great unit for those who don't want to take too many transports in their list, but they want to keep a lot of their units safe, especially those small mission playing pieces or one very large, impactful, threatening unit. And they're also fantastic at staging that fortified objective, and then you can just block your opponent's monsters and vehicles from coming close and possibly even do a charge block. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to help support the channel. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the Land Raider Crusader, and I will be doing another video soon for the Land Raider Redeemer, but I do already have one out for the normal Land Raider, so if you haven't seen that, check that one out. And again, thank you all for watching.